I love hearing things from a new, fresh perspective because you see, I've just gone on my 11th mission trip. And this year I went with two challenges in mind. I wanted to encounter Christ with all of who I shared the week with, those I was traveling with, those who lived in Tijuana, and those along the way. The other goal was to validate our motto for this year, which was love builds miracles. Before we left, the reading challenged the disciples to go into the world without any baggage, not even an extra tunic. Well, I didn't go without any baggage, but many of us pared way down so that we could take as much as we could to share with those in Tijuana who, for many of us, have become family. That simplifying of my life let me be open to encountering Christ. It let me focus on relationships and what needed to be done to make the mission work. I encountered lots of people, and each of them is a child of God. So has Christ in them. But could I encounter Christ in them? Today's reading is about seemingly not having enough to feed everyone. But with Christ's love and direction, there is miraculously more than enough for everyone. In my 11 years of going to Tijuana, I have seen this over and over. We don't seem to have enough people to work on them to get the jobs done, but we seem to get it accomplished. A miracle. We can't build houses enough for all those who need them. But the families who we do build for seem to be exactly the right ones. Because when we go back, we find that those we build for are helping others get what they need. And they're passing on the love of Christ. Miracles and encounters with Christ. When I arrived, children, mothers, men, and women who I worked with greeted me with smiles and joy. And I encountered Christ in their smiles. I met the families and heard the stories and the dreams and saw Christ in their struggles as well. I saw Christ healing them from the fear from when the flood rushed through one of the family's homes. And as my daughter Andrea shared her experiences with the causes of poverty in Guatemala and her belief that there are ways to counter poverty, I excitedly encountered Christ in her, my own daughter. I took a group to the AIDS clinic there, and they shared the miracles that they saw. It's the only AIDS clinic in all of Mexico. Those with HIV and AIDS are pariahs and shunned, and they often give up in despair. The residents all accept, work, and care for each other. It's all free and supported by mostly donations and government support. Doctors have told them that the patients only have days left, but when they give the love at the clinic and the acceptance, they suddenly start getting better, and they totally confuse the doctors. Christ's love provides the miracles. Patients find acceptance and safety there. Those who feel outcast find a home and a purpose and a reason to be clean and sober. They are delighted at our visits, and I easily see Christ in the faces of the residents. I certainly encounter Christ there, and they encounter Christ in each other. In seeing the Christ in others, I find the best in them and in myself. In recognizing the love of Christ, the miracles of Tijuana make sense. When I see the love in others, I find Christ. And where I once saw not enough, suddenly there is plenty for God's work. Encountering Christ in everyone I meet is not easy. I sometimes forget to look. But when I remember to look, it's transforming. So my next challenge is to continue to encounter Christ here in San Jose, to find Christ in each of the people I meet when I'm shopping, with the homeless and the sheep in the streets, in my neighbors, in each of your faces and to see Christ in the faces of my family. And when I forget, I'll be reminded when I come to the table here, and I can again encounter Christ everywhere when I leave.